Hello, my name is Omar. I'll be your student nurse for today. I'm going to start by performing hand hygiene for 20 seconds. I understand you're not able to speak at this moment, so I'd like to create a means of communication using thumbs up for yes and thumbs down for no. How does that sound? Thumbs up? Alright, very good. So I'd like to confirm your name and date of birth. So is your name Mason Jones? Thumbs up. And is your date of birth March 1st, 1990? Yep, okay. I want to go ahead and confirm this by checking your armband, okay? Alright. So I see here that everything does match. Alright, so today I'm going to be performing tracheostomy care, also known as trach care. And have you had this done before? You have not? Okay, I'll go ahead and explain it to you. So first I'm going to hyperoxygenate you. Then from there I'm going to suction you, make sure we get your secretions out. And then after that I'm going to go ahead and replace the inner tubing in your tracheostomy. Then I'll replace the gauze, and we'll put on a new pair of trach ties. How does that sound? Thumbs up? Okay, any questions, concerns? None? Okay. No allergies? No allergies? Okay. Do you have any pain right now? No pain? Okay. Do you have any questions or concerns? You don't have any questions? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and assess your vitals. So I see here that your vitals are all stable, and your O2 sat's at 94%. So I do want to make sure to hyperoxygenate you, okay? I do want to assess your respiratory effort right now, and I see that you aren't using a maximal respiratory effort. It seems to be normal. Is it okay if I listen to your lungs? All right. Yeah, I do hear secretions and I do hear crackles, so we're gonna make sure to secrete some stuff out so that we can put on a new inner cannula after that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just explain what we have, our supplies. So I do have two tracheostomies, one that's your size and one that's smaller, an inner cannula, an ambu bag that's going to be attached to one, oxygen at 100 FiO2, and a suction catheter attached to suction canister running at 120 millimeters of mercury, okay? I'm going to go ahead and perform hand hygiene and clean my workspace. Put on a pair of clean gloves. And I want to clean for a total of 30 seconds. I also want to make sure to get the edges. Alright, I'm going to let that air dry for 2 minutes. Perform hand hygiene. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my supplies, but I did make sure to provide you privacy by bringing in your curtain and making sure that it's brought out all the way, and also make sure to close your door. And I did have you in a high Fowler's position. If you weren't in this position, I would change you to this position that you currently are in. So now I'm going to perform hand hygiene, and I want to put on a new pair of clean gloves so I can bring in my supplies and get everything sorted out. It has air dried for 2 minutes. Here I have my tray, suction catheter, bottle of normal saline, as well as my inner cannula. Alright, so I want to go ahead and get everything settled. So I'm going to open my trach care kit and get it sorted out by removing this pair of sterile gloves And I want to go ahead and use the 1-inch border that I'm allowed to use so that we could put on this drape here for you that is going to be sterile. Okay. Alright. I want to go ahead and put in my inner cannula. Okay. With that, I'm going to move my box here. Alright, and I'm going to place my suction catheter. Alright, I've replaced my suction catheter. I'm going to go ahead and open my bottle of normal saline, put it into my kit or my tray, and also into this container here. Now I want to make sure to check the functionality of my AmbuVag and my suction catheter. So I'm going to go ahead and check my AmbuVag here. I see it's running at 100 FiO2, just checking. Everything works with that. I did feel air. And now for the suction catheter that I have just replaced, I want to go ahead and make sure it's running at 120 millimeters of mercury, so that's good. And I want to check the suctioning, seeing that it's functioning properly. And I see that it is suctioning properly, so those two seem to be working just fine. Alright, so now that I've got my stuff assembled, I'm going to remove these and perform hand hygiene. Put on a pair of clean gloves, so now that we could get you hyper-oxygenated. I've done my hand hygiene. Pair of gloves. All right. I'm going to provide you 3 breaths, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that has been 3 breaths. Everything going okay so far, Mr. Jones? Alright, perfect. I want to make sure to now perform tracheal suctioning, okay? So, while I do my suctioning, I'm going to go in for 3 to 4 seconds in and try to come out for a total of 7 seconds. So, when I feel resistance and when I hear you cough, I'm going to make sure to start pulling out, okay? Bring it up about 3 inches. Alright. Alright, I hear coughing. Alright, very good. Now I'm going to go ahead and assess your respiration. Your respiratory rate's at 18, your O2 sat's at 98%. You're not using any maximal respiratory effort. Like I said, your O2 sat's at 98%. And if I were to re-suction you, I'd wait another 30 seconds before I would go ahead and do it again, okay? Alright, can I listen to your lungs one more time? Alright, I want to go ahead and just give you your oxygen first. Alright. Yeah, I don't hear any more secretions. So, very good. No more secretions heard. So now, I'm going to go ahead and start by making sure that I remove my gloves. doing hand hygiene here. So now we're going to go ahead and put on a pair of clean gloves so that we can change our inner cannula. Are you tolerating this procedure well so far, Mr. Jones? No pain? Okay. Okay. Go ahead and remove your oxygen. I'm going to make sure to stabilize the faceplate. And I'm going to remove your old inner cannula. Dispose of that. And now I'm going to go ahead and get your new inner cannula. Make sure that it clicks in place, and it did. Very good. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this gauze here. Good. So now I want to assess the site, and I do see there's no redness or swelling, no irritation. I see that the trach ties and that the trach itself is intact. There's no kinks or cracks. Like I said, no signs of infection. Tracheostomy, stabilizer, appliance, everything looks okay. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and perform site care, okay? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stabilize your faceplate. Dip it in the sterile water. One swipe. Dip it in the sterile water. One swipe. We're going to get our gauze here. Dip it in the sterile water. One swipe. Dip into the sterile water. Swipe it above. Now I want to go ahead and use one more and clean around. I'd just dip this into the sterile water as well. Okay. Alright, now lastly, we're going to go ahead and pat dry. Okay, looks to be dry now, so now we're going to put on the new split gauze. To get this other side here now. Just trying to get the split gauze to go under. Having a hard time. There we go. Okay, we put on your new split gauze. I've assessed the site, made sure everything was normal. So now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and give you your oxygen. Oh, the tape came off. Normally the tape would not come off in the real life situation, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace that. Make sure that's fully secured. Sorry about that. We'll go ahead and put that there. Alright, I went ahead and put on the new split gauze, even though it was a little bit hard, but we got it in. Made sure to stabilize your faceplate while I was doing so. So now I'm going to go ahead and get another nurse so that we can change your neck stabilizers, your trach stabilizers. So I'm going to give you your call light, and I'll be right back, okay? Let me know while I'm gone, if you need anything, just go ahead and press that button, okay? Alright. Alright, Mr. Jones, I'm back. Unfortunately, I was not able to get a second nurse to help me with the rest of the procedure where I would change your where we would change your trach stabilizers. However, in the real world setting, I would have a second nurse assisting me by checking their side for skin breakdown and holding down the faceplate while I remove my side of the trach tie, and I would do the same for them. So I'm going to go ahead and perform hand hygiene. Put on a pair of clean gloves. I'm going to remove the O2 source. And I would have a second RN hold down the faceplate while I remove this side. So I'm going to try my best here to get one side out. Okay, I'm checking the skin to check for skin breakdown. I don't see any signs of skin breakdown here. No redness, irritation, swelling. No signs of pressure ulcer forming. So I'm going to go ahead and leave one side of the trach tie open so that I can put in this one, and then I'll go ahead and remove the rest. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and hold down the faceplate. Okay, so the nurse on that side, I'm going to remove this. The nurse on that side would check to see if there's any skin breakdown, no pressure ulcers, redness, irritation, swelling, and then they would make sure that everything else is fine, and then I'd hold down this side of the faceplate. Okay, and I am able to get two hands underneath like that, so that seems to be good. So now I'm going to go ahead and perform my final assessments. So how did you tolerate the procedure? Okay, very good. And did you have any questions or concerns? None? Okay. I'm going to give you your call light, and I've already changed the suction catheter. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to your lung sounds. Before I do that, are you in any pain? No pain? Okay. I see that your vital signs are normal. Your O2 sats at 98%. Go ahead and give you back your oxygen. Your O2 sats at 98%. And I see that you're not using any accessory muscle, so no maximal respiratory effort. So now I'm going to go ahead and listen to your lung sounds. All right. And I don't hear any secretions, any cracks or, crackles or any types of secretions. I heard your lungs were nice and clear. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean my environment. And dispose of my gloves, perform hand hygiene. And now I'm going to go ahead and document. So what I'll document is today's date, the time of this procedure, how you tolerated it. You said you tolerated it well, no problems with that. The site assessment, the peristoma site assessment, when I changed the inner cannula and I checked and I changed the gauze dressing, so everything looked to be fine, free from infection. You didn't have any sputum, but if you did have sputum, I'm sorry, no, you did have sputum, you did have secretions, and I'm going to document the color, the amount, and the consistency of it. And then also your vitals throughout this procedure, your O2 sats as well. And also just the overall assessment, the respiratory assessment, or like your respiratory effort, respiratory rate, all that good stuff. And that concludes it. I've washed my hands, I gave you my call bell, and I've changed the suction catheter. Is there anything else that I can do for you? Your bed's in the lowest position. All right, thank you.